most of them wobɛhwɛ koraa no na team no ɛsɛ menka sɛ agigya but wobɛhu sɛ ate atɔ ɛsɛ akɔ fam wobɛkae Samatex ɛgye league ɔmo gye league wieɛ ɛkɔ Africa Samatex every Africa baa no wahyɛ dɛ hu ɔmo ɛwɔ leagues a yɛabɔ nansen wokae medium akɔ Africa no ɔmo kɔ baayɛ te sɛn Dreams FC every president club ɔmo nso kɔ sɛ last season nyɛ sɛ Dreams ɛyɛ president deɛ anka ɔmo kɔ relegation Nsuatreman ɛkɔ ball Confederations Cup ɔmo baayɛ no last season after police incident ɔpanyin ba abɔnten sɛ club no koraa wagu no obi anya ne card monkɔ mo baabi den ɛna ma Ghanaian clubs sɛ ɔmo kɔ Africa ɛsɛ ɔmo kɔ ba na abɛyɛ den ɛde amɔ this year Asante Kotoko ɛne Gold Stars ɛna ɛkɔ Gold Stars ɔmo first time ne for Kotoko ɛba Africa ɔmo yɛ known paa trophies no koraa no champions ɔmo agye mienu Kotoko ɛsan akɔ lessons bɛn ɛna Gold Stars titiriw ɔmo nsua afiri mu ɔmo nyina sɛn ɛna ɔmo kɔ Africa yi ankɔyɛ sɛ ɔmo kɔ Africa nti ɔmo yɛ league champions ɔmo bɛdɛ no ɔmo atumi combine the league the FA Cup as well as Champions League ɔmo kɔbɔ no sɛn na ɔmo nyina yɛ ana yɛ sikasɛm anaasɛ den ɛna ɔmo atumi agyina yie den na ama Ghanaian clubs ɔmo kɔ Africa ɛnko yie na 2 year ɔmo kɔ yi Kotoko Gold Stars ɔmo nyɛ den ɛna ɔmo atumi agyina yie paa na season subsequent seasons no ɔmo atumi abɔ ne yie Raf akɔ abaabi o yɛnhwɛ Ghanaian clubs nansa yɛ sɛ ɔmo kɔ Africa no ɔmo bɛkɔ bɛba na menim sɛ yɛ sikasɛm o sɛ den o clubs no bi kura bɛdu baabi no wonhu ɔmo bio yɛ na yɛ den
the fundamentals of say ye participate in Africa no e won ho nsunsanso ye clubs no basically it is like in terms of FSCA in terms of competition it's like say one nkra bi e di agro o mfitire na we ya say o pese o compete e wo Olympics mu to say bia ututu mirika wo mfitire na tutu mirika but all of a sudden we also we P Olympics o kwa compete nti me kai say it is offer results offer finances clubs in Africa bia enyansunsanso omo so say nye Kotoko na e heart and e bia omo over the years omo build e kakra other clubs akwa Africa bia no they have always been an impact on them so offer competition per se young clubs awaha they train like ye ho agro bi but omo wi a omo say they go at the highest level it hard to folk e qualify for Africa na omo boy ya omo ko share work me kai den na Samuel Bodu ke kansen bi say ade work omo nya nipa omo nya de ende tomba ha na has to be share ewa yehu de ekoto a heart of folk ewo. We have seen how Kotoko has suffered under clubs in kitting you so Google and sand one more have. Then you also look at the finances. Inti one more year boy FA Cup now you do baby out said some of the clubs will not be interested in winning the trophy. Because so your mistake no Koremo Africa financially onye no obete so pa
the competition is kennim and clubs na financial muscles no.
Okay, so there are two things. Competition you need to get to a certain level. Financial and CAF introduce as see o qualify crack na first you know your amount some 100 that you be out the be on but I don't end to mean cater for all your costs. So I'm saying that baby competition na duru no. Yemfa sa la sulila ye bon ye league ye boy emfa nkobo Africa. Ye league na ye bon de aye for pleasure. Ye de tetibi ni aton bi eti. The very moment you go into serious competition say we ni obi a ono no de okofes can free other sources. No de aba be bo club no ho brat say the Kotoko difficult to survive. They has they are difficult to survive.
But at a point, na Kenyan clubs boko GB.
Okay.
Kotoko GB had to focus GB.
Okay. So that era net trim. So person the last time Kotoko J was 1982. Hey Jack, that is 43 years old. 83 on 42 years. And I had to forget the latest. Everyone said the latest. I'm gonna say 2000, which is 25 years. 25 years down the line. New master. I had to forget new master. I would die kwada on number and said, "Dear Nasa, 25 years ago, no bit my analysis." Born is a born a good, Ubi Uncle Hebono, Ubi interested in the game, Kotoko has to forget Yatoma. And then these clubs had clout. Sometimes Asante Gold, supported financially by a Anglo Gold and Argo Fields. You know these clubs and what the clout to compete. At the end, you lose out in Sikasem.
Basawako Africa and Skasim Jiwent me, ya then no Mokoba. Domestic football, local league, no so much.
Okay, so since I want to say, you need to have Chelsea build the squad, Liverpool build the squad. You need to or add it to the quality, and I say free BB squad debt.
Anything.
It is a bo Sakarabao Kappa, Otimi Fabi de Bo, or boy FA Kappa, Obetimi, at least the quality, no, and yeah, you know. Until the very moment I will need Sika enough, so I'll be squad the quality, yeah. Spread across say oh yakobo Africa by no tale mabre mumunina muniemo na watimi ya manage squad ade be say basically okoba no asade we mu aba begina mu antino dreams be kwa Africa obeba be win oba no begina league man ye hye
but clubs are more bokra winning no omo squad ya omo rotate ni sa
they have they rotate the squad and they have the squad depth.
Okay,
if you take and 11 players, you find 11 players in your team. When you have quality, into maybe as for 25 players or for 30 players, I was a 30 no be good enough to compete at every segment of your game. No, unfortunately, your teams and lose at the entesa into Koba a different performance. Likely say or be who this reality. Where raise a team they are Africa now, but now we buy. I also was the same. No, say team now best same. No, was the same one now we lose. Was the same one here. Why? Because the quality, no, only sika to build a quality side that the free bencher or starting, no, or and I want to win for one player. And more biasa because football, no, for the infrastructure, your boss, your crowd and credit so to me, crowd, yeah, the other park your boss work and allow say. Injury situation, Emma win for one particular player and more than throughout, or wear the player out. But also need the quality. 20. Your problem, no. A multifaceted and I say again, how many of your coaches name say Africa made a tactical approach with Africa. Me ba local league, me tactical approach I made kunye. Into a baby one John Pencil was talking about how and I Fulham compete with Europe, no more compete or say Amuko Europe. The tactical approach was what the EPL born in Remo Europe I special. And now the Europe born to be Remo EPL so I'll be losing. Tell us yeah fast on Danny Moody Bohanum. Young coaches say what higher lines, calf lines say you are higher, Obian core refresher, Obian or Muntin to quine conquer pen knowledge ni being come. Young coaches on my we say artificial intelligence. How many of the coaches name quite fast use artificial intelligence to improve their performance? And yet day for them to be able to, and that is what I've said. So big share highest for players, sir. It means that the person realizes that for you to compete here and compete over here, you need a certain level of quality at all levels.
Steve, Go Stars and Asante Kotoko and represent the Champions League and the Confederations Cup respectively. Omunya den and etimi akoyi Kotoko krade said the beka ondi wonimu omuko bani ade. But as a nine say clubs or move free Ghana Kobo Africa ombeba na yedin. As almost survival league num kra edin. Den na two clubs yi Kotoko Go Stars titiu. Omunya said the be na obo Africa ni ye hu say league no ye so down. And now obo be kra na league na so rank na kra nye. Wo kai Mediama. Wo kai Samatex. okay dreams in Swatema crowd minim he said that's a club omunya den
Ozia topic we dey manage ho pa na me ya sure say menya break akra na ma kyerɛkyerɛ ne yoma mu yie pa
yango
Ozia kane no ana has ne Kotoko ya de wɔ Africa ne Ash Gold ya de wɔ Africa no saa time no na Ghana league no mutimi register as many as 60 players no more quality players ano na no mo wa reserve team inti say ye ko Morocco na enim say team na wo fie no kura betima ball league no awini no mo ye backed by Gofield senior Seraph kan no Kotoko ne has no mo ye backed by chairman for mo yi sika ji wo mudin no mo ye backed by nipa help akosho mo stadium week in and week out enti no obi boka akwa Africa akwa yade a na unsure chiri because game bi ebe bono baba yara bia no omu nim se ombenya full attendance enye sika ye be sade abo club no ho bra. Unfortunate for the new clubs no samre no so na restrictions bebre ni regulations bebre any car for mra or the year in terms of club license and stadium the ain't fit for club game A and I say category A or B. Nebi ni wasa. So you could play Champions League football at Obuasi. You could play some Champions League football at one kind of stadium now or more. Tina restrictions in anywhere. You could play Champions League football at Brekum. Golden City Park.
Charles.
Inti who home fans na wo no bia be po aba be match na amamu nyeska. But the nay say Chelsea qualify for Africa. You will either choose to play Kumasi or Accra.
And then you cry the Kumasi free.
And then you cry the enfant cry. How many people na what Brekuma ombefa buses so mo ba Accra abe support no mo ba Accra na stance na what Accra Sports baako kura ni wa omo saa nipa dom na beba no kura be yema owia so obo na Accra na yemfa no so di Brekum for no supporters na wa o ma ba Accra mo ba wia NSN ni so te ne percentage 7.9 I won cry ho man you omo register 60 40 50 players aye at most 30 players 32 players but first no abusia na squad no number no doso aye large squad no number no ye large squad no number ni nyina aye large nti they have the luxury of yenchusu we mu ne betima abo ni esan wo experienced players now say ni de ntia clubs ni gu among already factors are media amount say one you can play at Brekum. Yes, won't me more at Obuasi.
Won't me more at Baba.
Yes, any restrictions are eba. Say the chairman for na no mzo only a door and the papa we yesi kroma on the say this care back team ne bi ni hobby. Supporters are no way, my fa player we na turn up me say me man is e bi ni hobby. Tisani your money and ye bed in free clubs and so no. Sadi no. First no be a person be bobi ejidi na saying obi di 18 years agency for bi na namo ayi sunya ya omode omko Italy. Nti wunya sa connection no e wo hobby. Abusia. Yemfa no ntonche. Clubs nketo na mo qualify ko Africa no. Yemfa na say obi o win championship bia e legit. Promises omo de ma omo players no omo fulfill ebini say si aji FA Cup na oh ye be ma play bi even say 2000 Ghana cedis clubs in Ketwa no ya je sika na mai oh ye ko Africa na per day ye be ma mo $100 awuzi omo ko e ma inti sa the sa players ne ba so de ni bobo league na de ni besi. Now dreams the crowd ya oji ya na ono adi kan be kan say one more and obi ka say hene ha FA president ni team so one more and e hwan enkobo anza na omoji atum
yeah
inti financially send na first man for be pu akọ stadium bi akọ teams na mo manya sika na bi ni ho promises omo dem players and they can't deliver inti abasa within the squad na they are not committed Some ball abu bim because what is at stake? The height of it, and they say, what the club no budget trophy. Mobile call Africa. I want to feel so benyesika. My son, your man, when you sika ma. League in our Bobby ma be say yeska. It is our factors, we know. And a play against clubs, no. So I'm call Africa bars or who must call relegation. Because sika ye di flight ticket, I'm a nipa bako. And yasem ketwa. Nipa no ye mbobɔ no wo mu krom na supporters abɛhwɛ ama mo nyeska e de akotika ne so bi
Kotoko any Ghost Stars and Eco Africa this season omonye den eno mwetimi asova Kotoko kra de omunim su kakra Ghost Stars titimi den no monye na etimi ama mwetimi agina yie ye hu se Africa ni nti ebi omo Asante ko wo yo mba bia wu ho se de ato e akandi ebi no
abusia Ghost Stars menhwehwɛ key names bi a nse foreign names bi e de amo mo fanka omotimi because minim say club no ye backed by the mining company.
Yeah,
say mining company no e willing say obe pumping in cash omo ye the right club also omo ye the ash gold ye ni bi. Say mining support no wo ho all they need ni say by now omo nko Cameroon
coach say any big names
coach. Well, you see, and the biggest problem
yes good preparation
mirror free point we biggest problem a experience of coaches and their willingness to learn and also dimuti pa coaches in experience ya kaso obi experience yes we bobo ni bi na most of our journalists na ya no mo message ani on we bobo obi wo timi bobo ni bi pa zo busa no bo no mu question wa bon. Until the fact that Wabobo does not make him a good coach.
Okay.
Until the experience of coaches in Enso County, the last coach or the late Cesar on an AJ trophy.
Hats.
That's an experience.
5 years ago.
An experience in a game, not because everyone is a coach. Now, or the experience of the African game.
Akuma FM 87.
Na has a keeping the team not check.
Yes.
It is our band now no munchment.
Yes. Coach from Paul Manso, how many times in our coach teams now what top on the IABB? Even the pressure at Kotoko went to me. So no. It is our factors when you know your coaches be a or more venue be a more absorbing pressure in for their players to be okay. Yeah, was our coaches in Ibi Umuana. Inti abusuya Africa na ebi mo kan say da hot trap enye easy sa.
Okay.
Me say elali yi ne kit or dey bobo mat or the van kese na ba. Ya yi tawo, ya yi wei, ya yi drink. Oh equipment officer or dey yi na ato no kon ho te say dey o fa no ma wo keje tia dey akoto obi truck mama no. Oh no, who has a difference in him. So a lot of factors play into advantage. By head they are high and say CAF regulations in football ni enyini no enwema bebre abem waninti venue zubi utimi hosu enye enipa no do for our league no game no ko form sanso ana sika ye de back ye teams no ebi ni ho first na ash goals any okay wotimi ko Cameroon akofa bi aba quality player wotimi keeping academy players no mo nyina be wuro mo ba wotimi say e big 10 times who ash gold ni Kotoko pre player eventually player no be bo ash gold so free Kotoko or ash gold into the maturity of players, experience of coaches and sika when even you the survival but promise one FA Cup to say team in Ketwano now promise 1,000 Ghana cedis na FA Cup ne be wie na when tia no akobo Africa wa man we expect the league no Beckham
Stivo, answer dear no. Also, good evening. I side with Seraph. Let the African Club Championship be played like how the under 20 and under 17 are played to qualify for the World Cup, because we now have Club World Cup. Thank you. Elder Kwating Chronom Abu Hialo do Freba. Pepe. Yeah, sure, you're in class. Next at 9, so we'll move to Africa and a bar. Nejija. Then say, yeah, you dear twins, what am I? Yeah, you who summer taste. Medema, no, you who dreams. Nanu, ya, I call by. Say, yes, every president and the club, no, last season, Komoko relegation. say Go Stars Kotoko di unim na nisi kakra then na account for clubs you move for Africa na ba no mbe struggle and then and omo enye Go Stars titiriu and omo amesofa de others ya sofa bi
me da say na sa African case no inverted commas begin and close Kotoko ne has in count no
I don't know monga
and no factors na nketwa ni ninja omo koba
and
it didn't start today. Inti womo enyini kakra di game na chi kakra no be kai Victor Ahiapo at Pando out of Lions. Okwa Africa ne buy no the ball HC na no dwane. But this is somebody who is very much interested in football. Japan. It's any kind establishes a Kotoko ne has. Sa case no emfa omo.
Okay.
Na fa emfa omo no yomo kese no. Inti they don't have a problem engaging in the African campaign.
Okay.
So Kotoko under Dr. Che a ball. Kotoko the other sequence over Africa na ya there. Now the influence in a per management and board will map pamom. But I affected team no say team ni nketo dem Japan egu.
Yeah.
Na ye case study na obi atias. Do you understand score? E ball mo second African campaign. Yeah, Muhammad Bakacha so mutimi no ajolo for free had the 2 kwan them say 3 days on. Omode dokono ne seto jomu free omode dokono
they are packet
first time no mo Africa nentesa.
Yes,
it was a fanfare
2010 the
Omuji League ne ko Africa no na ye fanfare na na do mahene me kai na number of radio stations omu invite say omu free Kumasi ne nkai me live shows in freedom and they were ready to even pay for it.
Yeah,
but it was opinion dia ya na ha dwene ne say eye baakofo botom Kotoko ne has eba Africa sika befie.
Yes,
teams nke twane bok Africa eka and a befie. Kotoko can charge and the all around Asante Kotoko. Somebody decided to come on board Confederations Cup Kotoko first game or give VIP 200 cedis. The 2 popular stands 50 cedis between Central and also 50 cedis. Me, I'll sit on radio, I'll campaign for it and explain why as a supporter. VIP wings one only at the 100, I had 200. You be you know. Now Kotoko, I reckon in ABR and cut the 10 billion. I will get Kotoko Diana and yet enough to finance the trip now.
Yes,
but at least on the air. Or GDS so kon nimbia no about that year na Kotoko a ball Confederations Cup Cruise is under Dr. Jeno. It started with Kotoko ne Karubanji Sharks and I could call the Cameroonian side no and I could call almost free no rural group stages and we bought 3 games.
Yeah,
That trip a car Kotoko ball outside no cannot be compensated for by Sikano munya ovino. But a good enough say a kana obono about 50 60 70% to be every. But the Diana Stars ebo game back or domana was a or return leg na. After the Diana be free doma a bank cry. So and then Kumasi airline one job probably Kumasi have a full flight at the con cry. And son wako full at the Akobabi or Kobono. The hotel bills. But gain over bondomano. Dear dear woman say all the top men in Doma will not pay to enter the stadium. All the die-hard fans of the Diana Stars, no, they will not pay to enter. But capacity of the stadium is a difference. Baba, second 30,000. Name 5,000. Crowd remove free. When you're 25,000. Doma Park capacity is 88,000 people enter free, which it will happen because the core people of Japan to take it to Doma Stadium.
We invite you.
Sadia Sana a type say, and Canada Baba Stadium, you have for Frona, starting ball, next you. Share, I have no room free. Share, I no go free. Sadian, that's what you teams in Ketwana say, yeah. The core people don't pay to enter. And the cost ratio to revenue never ban. Expenditure and income never ban. And much baby. Et your mobile ya. Afe na be ka. Now to do very well in Africa. As a Diana Stars, a promise akese. Minim say Steve Oni na Dr. Cheita no mutuka okobi. boys ne pay them no mu kudura ye kind dollars under George Amako ye kind at the moment and no be na Zaba the first season no Emma Emmanuel Capito never there James mo no mu dwene say old regime na usa Dr. Che showman meka skani bia a showman
yeah
na hotel akokoko da mu ewo Hela money Hela when we checked yes okay ya check the cost of the hotel rooms that was done
per night
unim say sa na akokoko do no na UN envoy UN special envoy no ma be do no that same hotel no ma check in enti Kotoko no Dr. Che no ewia na attendance na beba na ehye ni nkran so and the next game no kran no you bet must spend more but check the other teams ebra Brekum Chelsea ball Africa no omo ball I'm say prelims no Brekum and omo ball 3 games or Accra Sports Stadium na big games on it TP boy Obonadi Ali ebo Alzamale abzapani
yes sir.
The amount they raise 90 minutes for the stadium no makwaje no ebo no enti ye wie na ora kire metimi ton players kakra no also obi na tu no for tilon wajiji is can wie no da o mase na team ni si ono no edi ska because omo ton players every resist ka kese pa Emmanuel Kote cloth $1.5 million to Esperance no maton Podo Edward Podo we kwa ntomo resist kapa but ojabo no here because onim say on team meet standards ni bi eti Gold Stars players now Gold Stars is different because for Gold Stars our budget is directly absorbed by the mining company but kakwaya one man team na busia we $200,000 am here the year one trip bar na fe ya be home game na scan nearby you change ko dollar na nru $30,000 afa na ni pakro na start dwene mienu
yeah
enti for Bibiani Gold Stars this season because it is a team cost of running the team absorbed by the mining company no so shocks na young clubs na pass it through no we may not see Gold Stars go through some particular ordeal no because it is Obuasi Ashanti good time and fianu more the moment they qualify for Africa you do your budget you go and defend it the mining company then money is released to you for those runs omo preseason yebisa penyo mo yoma kwatran kran unim say Gold Stars a budget na kwasiadu mu as a CEO agent what me any team na kwatran kran for about almost 3 weeks ni na check the cost of hotel ko ediani ombedi but they are there because they have that backing but the real reason they was paying because young clubs no enketo na aka no omuni the support base na Kotoko betimi abo game raise sika ebedu ba bi no if Kotoko ebo champion competitions cup omboduru ba bi a dreams do na na Kotoko ko ball Zamalek 0-0 some match the Kotoko kaso oje popular stand 100 cedis a Japan baba is supposed to be ma or the 0-0 if you away na eba semi-final game if Kotoko are charging 100 cedis at popular stands the FA they can even begin to offset the losses now about earlier on because oboko enim no gate fees may increase share Kotoko sponsorship and because they qualify for the Confederations Cup and so obodu enim obi don't be surprised that Kotoko red group stages are obetimanya huge multinational companies at that time Kotoko's kit is exhibited across Africa continent so sponsors may come on board and they will come on board because Kotoko Kesiano. But if a sponsor even wants to go for the smaller clubs, how much they will pay? And me I've experienced it because me Victoria Podiano.
Okay.
Senya Dr. Randiabi and of course Pando out of Lions Mananga no.
Sure.
And I've seen clubs who participate in Africa and then the following season apart from results players not Steve Okachiro or more motivation to go on. Then the promises cannot be fulfilled because share minimum other clubs mutu ya per them in dollars zero Kotoko has a country the players now. It be because player no wabo Kotoko da. Wabo has da. Onim say the moment you betu kwan no. Ya je per them of ebia $150 a night. Ya kodi 3 days ya ba ya amaye. Afe na the motivation no as I take off and the real promises na clubs and kwade be more no. Drain the moment of the penny. On bet my for fellas are promises. These are the factors are the average Ghanaian club. Let me use that word. The average Ghanaian club, with exception of Kotoko and Hartford, and then with exception of the mining clubs. Because we saw us God play in Africa year in year out. Yeah. They did not crumble because next coming free or the budget acquired from Anglo Gold Asante. And so once the money is there, it's the fundamental problem. No, okay, that is the fundamental problem because say in Africa and Bonana Steve from Poman's Zengan Kotoko call TP Mazembe. How Omega could do Krumana buy us when Yakotoko Chema Zemu. Tigana buying a charter plane. Ghana buying a coach a hotel Namokoda or Namakobo. Bring that thing again. And last season, even away, Accra Lions way. If what is Adioma Kruma, Lagos cities can play Africa and they will still be fine because on top plane tickets, the cost of plane ticket in Africa, it was through too much. And none in your maps or Quebec African bar. Now you're not drinking for Kotoko. You're not pressure the chairman also. So ko Africa na mfa so be kaya season na kotoko kadio go be ni free one na na ampoza ne management to maso anwum bi because the average kotoko supporter no Africa no yet say omu bronya a festival de mom to omu Africa na nko ye pe so ma target management no Dr. Che time obo Africa ni ye kotoko supporters ni bi what the microphone say Dr. Che dey say the kotoko man no say team why is Real Madrid because omu ko do that stage no omu do ye no they love it. That is where kotoko has supporters no no Madrid but other clubs the number one problem and the basic problem is sikasem. Once they don't have money to invest in sikani nyina the cost average cost of playing a league season one trip in Africa a bit more bigger than the cost of playing the entire 34 games no boy ticket ticket for okay say Adriana Stars Africa edu baby Steve number 14 players okay
yeah
omo jire ho coach ne jire ho say
3 changes
no kwa no mo se ba kwa as ya nyi change it's 11 players no omo te so am playing body but Kotoko betimi de 26 and dey show mo say Kotoko betimi de 20 players akwa onim say we mu kra no e bia me hin but e bia ekoduru e ko etre no bi ko pra. That is Kotoko, that is us experience. But Miss Emrebi Kiveza about Africa okay Confederations Cup the Kiveza Bokodru almost nanko mo ya qualify can ko esa mistake Kiveza at that time no more support am ko ji sika fi abam say okay enti Kiveza a boy because nasi kanalaji ade rani ade no when you support from the GFA GACA and I think say the central government as am mo bosia mo kaya e be si na ye ka say teams na metu enti aban so mfa skadi bi em it when the support is there you can play but if it is not there how can you be a team and all the 14 players trip omukwa bi omo mfa goalkeeper trainer because mfa say onko ye ti coach and assistant coach no map one team doctor mase nti playing but ni technical team na 20 contingent because of esikasem and na ya aduana last Africa since then when we aduana stars afei na yesi mining company bia bompa so mo reactivate omo nya sa aduana ball last Africa new year no check the omo results Ghana Premier League they've not been faring well because sikasem and affect you
Richard Pepe Suarez